This is
Go ahead.
Beloved and Everlasting. I'm Travid,
Dante.
and today we have our first guest. This is
Nate.
all right.
Mm-hmm.
Today we're going to talk about gratitude.
Yes, sir.
Should we just do with the usual? Pull
The
up the
usual, gotta
definition.
get the definition.
Yep.
All right. It says the first definition on Google says the quality of being thankful, readiness to show appreciation for return, or no, appreciation for, and to return kindness. All right. I mean, shoot, appreciation, gratitude. It's basically what it comes up to be grateful, to be thankful. You know, I feel like personally to have gratitude for everything going on is probably like one of the most important things that you can have in your life going for you. That if you feel gratitude, you practicing gratitude, I should say. Practicing gratitude will get you places mentally, and if you get places mentally, you'll get places physically, I think. That's how I would like to start.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you guys want to pick up after that.
Yeah, any words for that?
When you say get places physically, what do you mean?
I mean, like, if your mind is right, you're going to be able to do more things in life.
Just like it'll bleed into life,
Yeah.
pretty much. Okay. Yeah.
Like, move
I
along
agree.
further.
Yeah.
Yeah. True.
I agree with that. I guess we think about like how to practice gratitude. I'd say. I feel like we're in an environment where it's kind of easy to just always complain. You know, not that it's not trying to bash anything, but it's just so easy to just complain about even the smallest things. You know, and a lot of times we just have to, I think, just stop and be grateful. And I feel like it's easy to say like that. Like, you know, when people might say like, oh, well, your life is so good. Think about like, you know, the starving children or whatnot, or
Yeah.
think about other people and, you know, you want to complain about your life. And I feel like most people already know that, you know, so that's why it's kind of I feel like it's something you got to do more actively. And that's why, you know, I'm not trying to take away from any complaints people have about their lives now.
Yeah.
But I think gratitude really starts with genuinely actually being appreciative of the things around you, like things that you actually have. That's, you know, when it starts to actually, I think when it starts to really cement in your mind, when you try to focus more on the things that you do have rather than things that you don't have, you know. But yeah, I don't know if you have
I
any.
think that's true. I think what you're saying kind of reminded me of the whole, like the idea that pretty much all we know is confined to like, or not necessarily all we know, but we understand best what we've experienced ourselves.
Right.
And so to be told like, oh, such and such, or these people experience this, you should be grateful. But it's like, you might know it, but it's not as easy to understand what that truly means and what that's truly like, and what your position is in comparison
Right.
to really start to feel gratitude for it. It's why like rich kids will complain about something that for us will be like normal.
Mm-hmm.
Like the car is in the wrong color or something. Like that's what they've known is to be given, like, you know, whatever they want.
Mm-hmm.
And so when they don't get that, but it's just a different experiences, different life experiences that allow you to feel gratitude for what you do have.
Right.
Mm-hmm. So, when you guys say like what you both said about like going to someone and like telling them they should be grateful because other people are going through this, do you guys think that's a good thing?
Now, I don't necessarily think it's a good thing. I just don't think, the way I put it is like, it's not very effective. Like, that's kind of what I'm trying
Yeah.
to get at. Because that's why when I say, like, you know, you can speak on gratitude and just
Yeah.
tell everybody, like, oh, you don't have to worry about this, this, this. Like,
Mhm.
all these people have to worry about this, this, this. Like, why aren't you grateful? Like, it's not very effective
Yeah.
because I feel like it's something that we all know. Like, growing up, everybody always knows, like,
Yeah.
you know, there's people who don't have homes. There's people who are starving. There's people who don't have clothes, you know. It's all things we all know. It's just things that we don't necessarily think about all the time, or we actually feel to have the need of, like, you know what, let me stop and actually be grateful. And I feel like that's where I'm saying, like, that's kind of the tricky part. And when you're trying to feel genuine gratitude, to feel genuine gratitude, you know?
Yeah, I was gonna say because I don't think that form of telling people that is a good thing. Like,
No.
especially if someone's going through something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
You tell them, like, let's say like the homie's dog just,
Yeah,
dog's
passed or
dead.
something, right?
Oh, bro, 3 of my dogs died, man. Ain't that bad,
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I feel like people are really much do that a lot,
Yeah.
and that's not like true gratitude that way,
Right.
like you're saying.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I'm
You
saying.
know, I think true gratitude truly has to come from within yourself.
Hmm.
It can't be pushed on from someone else. Like, to be grateful for everything that can happen to you. Like, personally, like, I am grateful that I can feel sad.
Yeah.
I am grateful that I can feel all of my emotions, because that's why I know those emotions are real. I'm grateful that I'm able to even just be here right now. Like,
Right.
bro, be
Facts.
grateful for what's around us. Like,
Yeah.
look at these trees, bro. Life is beautiful,
Facts.
Like, this is a beautiful place. We're recording this right now.
Hmm.
You have to be grateful for everything around you, I think. And I do think that will make your life much better.
Oh,
But
yeah.
it has to be
Yeah.
a true
Genuine.
gratitude you have. It can't be fake. It has to be real. But
Yeah.
I think I'm not sure how you exactly get there, to be honest. Maybe you can start by lying to yourself a little bit, like putting your toes in the water.
Mhm.
How do you guys think you would start
Well,
becoming more grateful or
I'm
showing
gonna add on
gratitude?
to what you said, and then also answer that question you said, or what you're saying. What we were talking about with genuine gratitude. I think the key to gratitude is not to compare at all.
Mhm.
Like, that's the thing with gratitude. It's not to compare of like, well, let me just suck it up because this person's having worse or other people are having it worse. Like, I should be grateful. It's never to put no comparison. What were you gonna add on
Real
to
quick,
that?
like he said, it's like all experiences. We all
Right.
have different experiences.
Right.
All right.
Exactly.
You can continue.
And to add on, or to answer the question, how would you start? For me personally, that's something that I've been actively trying to add into my life. And for me personally, it starts with just being grateful, starting off the day with gratitude. Because it's been said a lot of times, people will go to sleep with plans of tomorrow, but they don't wake up. So to just be grateful to be able to just have the opportunity to experience whatever it is you may experience, right? Whatever life throws at you. Because, with the assumption, for someone who actually enjoys living. Because again, like we spoke on, some people, might be going through some hardships. But I'd say to start is just to be grateful with just being able to wake up the next morning. Because, every day is something different. It's never going to be the same exact as it was the previous day. Even if you live the same job, eat the same meals, not everything is going to be exactly the same, I would say. And it's the experiences that we don't expect that kind of adds more to life, I would say, in my
Be
personal
grateful for the
opinion.
little things
Right.
in each day.
That too.
You got anything to add on for that? I feel like you definitely got some stuff.
I mean, I feel like the ability to be grateful is so dependent on just like your state of mind.
Mhm.
And like you could be in two completely different circumstances in life. Like maybe you were broke here and then you got like a stable job here. And when you were broke, you wanted so bad to, be stable. But you might be just as happy as you were in both areas of life. I forgot where I was going with that.
I feel like when you said that it's a state of mind sort of thing, like, so I think it's like kind of like I think it takes like strength
It
to be
does.
grateful.
It does.
Like, it takes like, not everyone, not in a disrespectful way, but like a weak-minded person is not going to be able to be grateful for everything happening to them.
No, yeah, to go, because like I said, I think speaking on our society, it's just so easy to just, being in an environment where we're always comparing and always seeing other people's lives. Like, one person might be like a millionaire at 19 or something like that, or you see one of your fellow, old, classmates are living this kind of life, and it's so easy to just see stuff like that and just compare and think, well, I wish I had a life like this, or I wish I was more far along like this, instead of being grateful for where you are at in life now. Because, I think we're all, I think we're all here to have our own unique experiences, not to live the same lives as everybody else. It kind of takes me to the book I'm reading right now. One thing in the book it kind of spoke on was
What book is that, real quick? Let them know.
oh yeah, Notes from the Underground. It's gonna be this is not a spoiler, but the in a part of the book, the narrator pretty much kind of makes an argument that humans tend to be very ungrateful, and he spoke on how he said that ironically enough, if we were all basically in a utopia, right, where everything was perfect, you know, all of our lives are set for us. We have the right nutritious foods. We have, you know, the right activities. Like everything's set so that we can live the most ideal life for us. It says, ironically enough, that we will be ungrateful because we would always want to choose our own free will and our own individuality, if you will. Like we would choose to go break off that norm, you know, eat the junk food or do something dumb, you know, or dangerous because it makes us different in a way. And it kind of made me think of, I just think that's just kind of what was it, like how we are as people. We just always want to be unique. We want to be different in a way. And it kind of, when I heard that, I kind of just made me think, you know, sometimes the things that we want in life may not necessarily be what we actually want when we actually get it. If that makes sense. Like, you know, while we may say, you know, we want $1 million, when we get those $1 million, that doesn't necessarily mean whatever problems we have in life now is just going to go away, you know? Just like how you'll always see, you know, you'll have celebrities or rich people, they'll have their problems just as much. And it's, you know, what Nate was saying, it just comes down to a state of mind, you know? Choosing to be grateful for the things you have no matter where you are in life. I think that's what leads to a more fulfilling life, no matter what side of the spectrum you're on, whether, you know, struggling or whether you've you know, made it financially or whatever it may be. But whether if you're not in the right state of mind, no matter what you have in life, you won't feel fulfilled.
True. Very true.
Yeah.
I think that also just kind of shows, like, for whatever reason, people's tendency to, I guess, be comfortable with wherever they're at, or just to, I feel like you'll get something new, and then after not long,
Yeah,
it's
such and
just,
such
that's
time.
just your new normal.
Right.
That appreciation for it that you had initially kind of fades.
Right.
Because that's just,
Becomes a
that's
baseline,
now.
right?
Yeah.
Becomes baseline, and you want something, you want to upgrade.
Yeah.
I guess that's kind of like the balancing act you got to have, right? Where it's just, you know, you want to do better for yourself innately, but you also want to not be so far on the edge to where you're
Never
almost,
satisfied.
you know, never satisfied. It's kind of like what they say, like, you know, you can want money, but if money is all you're chasing, you're never gonna be satisfied. Who was it? I think Bob Marley said.
Yeah.
It said if all you really want out of life is money, you'll never be satisfied because money is numbers and numbers are infinite. Something along those lines. But I guess the whole gist of it is to find what you're truly grateful for. And I think that's where it really comes down to. Like, to actually genuinely sit down and find, you know, what are some things that you have right now that you're grateful for. Like, I guess an example could be, you know, if someone told you you're in some blank room or whatever, you have nothing. You have nothing. What are the, you know, just any number, 10, 15 things or people that you'd want in this room with you?
I would take YouTube.
But yeah, like I'd say that's kind of like a start, just to throw it out there, you know, to see what's something that you have that you could actually genuinely be grateful for. And I think everything after that is just kind of a bonus, you know, if you will.
Yeah.
But it's always easier said than done.
True.
It's always
Very
easier
true.
said than done, because life is always going to throw things at us, and you know we're not robots to always be programmed to, if something happens to us, oh well, time to feel grateful for this, or you know what, let me stop and be grateful. You know, we're not robots. We'll always feel emotions. We'll always you know, feel whatever hardships are upon us. So it's always, like I just said, you know, easier said than done.
You do the best you can.
Yeah, you just got to try your best.
That's the
at the end of the day.
Yep.
But I don't know if you guys have anything to add on to that part right there.
when you were talking, something came to mind, and I forgot it. Oh, I think something for me that I think helps me to like remain grateful at times is, say I'm like in a moment, and I'll just think about maybe a point in the future where, by whatever circumstances, like I can't have that moment with
Right,
those
right.
people, and I'll just ask myself, like, would I miss this? Like, would I miss these people? Would I miss doing this? And it makes me really grateful for that specific moment. Like, I'm
Right.
present, I'm here, and I'm just like glad that I'm here. I think
Right.
you could probably do the same thing for like objects and
Yeah,
circumstances
right.
and stuff like that. But
Even emotions, like, you could be grateful for the sadness, like what Trey was saying earlier, because it's a human emotion. Whether you're like sad about, a falling out of a friendship or whatever it is, to be grateful that you had such a bond to that you can even feel sad about.
True.
Because some people might go most of their lives to never even have such a strong connection to someone where they could even feel sad. So it's things like that to put it into perspective. Even something that's negative can actually be positive when you
Yeah.
really take a step back. But it's all kind of just trying to learn and just do your best.
yeah, really.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I feel
Be
about
grateful,
that.
guys. Shoot, practice it
Yeah.
and be grateful for what you can feel, what you can have,
Yeah.
the memories, the moments.
Mhm.
You never know what's gonna come tomorrow.
Exactly.
Very true.
Shoot, just feel. I don't know. Gratitude will bring you a little bit of happiness, I think, and
Yeah.
there you go.
It's like you said, you can even start by just trying to like fake it, you're just trying to find something, like forcing
Yeah.
yourself
Yeah,
in a way.
or just
I
find
feel
a
like that's one
little
of those
thing.
things where that's one of those where I would say you should try and force it.
Yeah.
Like just to get yourself in the mind, like in the frame of mind, to just be grateful for things, to just whatever it is. It could just be at any time of the day. Just force yourself to be grateful for whatever, anything small, an interaction or whatever it might be.
Yeah.
Some new, you found
Mhm.
$5 off the floor or something.
Something.
I think those are always kind of like healthy snacks for your brain, I say.
Yeah.
Just
Like I
having
said,
just having positivity is always just a little. It's always better to force yourself to be a little positive than just mindlessly being negative. I'd
Mhm.
say it's like exercise. Like it's always better to force yourself to do a little exercise than just
Do
none
nothing.
at all.
Yeah.
But
It's pretty good right
things
there.
like that.
Some good stuff.
Yeah, it's something I've been trying to work on a lot too.
It's definitely something you gotta keep working on.
Yeah, it's constantly,
Don't let it go.
constantly, right?
Don't stop it.
Yeah.
The more you work on it, the better it gets. The better you feel.
Most definitely. But yeah, it's like you were saying, just even be grateful for life, or just nature and everything like
Yeah.
that. Something
It's a
simple.
beautiful world we live in.
It
Very
is.
true.
Yeah, I don't know. You guys had anything else? Any other notes? Any other thoughts?
That could kind of makes me think about, like, this is just such a unique experience. Like, there's 8 billion of us, but also the chances of there being 8 billion of us, I feel is very rare.
Mm.
Like, scientifically, if you plug the numbers and all that, it's like some crazy number.
Yeah.
So I think the ability to just live and feel and experience these things that's
Yeah.
like uniquely like ours.
Yeah.
Like alien planets probably don't got fucking Toyotas and shit,
Yeah.
birds, and so I think it's just important to appreciate the rarity
around
that
us,
is
right?
your experience, that's your life.
Yeah. It's guaranteed, like you said, nobody is living that same exact life as you. Likely living one of one between your thoughts, interactions, everything is one of one.
Very true.
So that's something to be grateful for right there.
Just like he's saying, like, this is the fact that we exist. You know? Like, so we don't know if there's any other. Right now, we don't know if there's any other beings out there that have
Yeah.
consciousness to the same extent that we do. You know? Dolphins?
Closest thing.
Yeah.
I mean,
Let's be grateful for that. Like he
Yeah.
said, this is a unique experience. Life is an experience.
Yeah.
even if you have, actually, never mind. Let's say you have a terrible life, but maybe not.
That's why.
Well, yeah, let's say you have a terrible life. Be grateful you can experience a terrible life.
Yeah, like I
Yeah.
said, these things are all easier said
It's-
than
yeah,
done.
it's easier
all
said than
I
done.
know it sounds bad, but
But if you can get to a point where you feel like that,
yeah.
that's great.
Boom.
I think the important thing is to just try or acknowledge that you maybe could get there one day,
Yeah.
even
Yeah.
if you feel like. Can I cuss?
Huh?
Can I cuss?
Yeah.
Okay, like if you feel like shit today,
Get him off the podcast.
to I guess just know or try to maybe one day appreciate just one more thing about how you're living or what's going on in your life.
Yeah,
It's like we're going a little bit in circles at this point.
I mean,
I think
probably.
it's like a very simple, but it's not simple.
Yeah.
I think. I feel like
Yeah,
just a
no, I
million
get
and
It
what
one
almost
you're
ways.
is like
Very-
a circle.
It's a simple concept,
Yeah,
but
there's like a million ways to say the same thing.
yeah, I get what
It's,
you mean.
it almost is a circle in itself. If you think about it, it's being grateful. Goes back and keeps going around.
Yeah.
It is.
Shoot, I don't know. I don't really have anything else much to add. I don't think.
Yeah, I think I pretty much got everything. I mean, like I said, it is kind of a simple format, if you will,
Yeah,
but it's a lot more difficult to put in practice
Yeah.
when it comes down to it.
very true.
But I mean, you just gotta put effort, and that's really it. Like anything in life. But yeah, that's all I gotta say about that.
I'm good.
I think that's all
right.
for me.
Make sure you guys ring that notification. You can do the outro.
All right. Well, that was beloved, everlasting conversation, and thank you guys all for watching.
And shout out to our sponsors,
Oh yeah, of course.
Old School
Forget.
Barbell, Yeezy, and Santa Cruz Paleo. And shout out to our first guest, Nate.
Thank you
Come
for having
on.
me.
Thank
I
you.
enjoyed it.
All right. Have a good night. Fuck these motherfuckers.